I hadn't read a bunch of Ultron stuff. Even when the movie came out, I was like, I don't know. So I was excited to, get an older look. Yeah, I'm into it, and it's got the great uh, Hostess comic on the back. Always a classic.
Is
So
that the
that's
first appearance that you? What's going on, everyone? I am Phil, along here with Joe.
Hey Phil. Hey everyone.
A couple weeks ago, I was at a convention and I was flipping through some dollar books, and I had this idea where Joe and I would buy some dollar books and see who got the best books.
I love the idea because I love a dollar book hunt. Like whenever we do a con, and you're like, "Oh, is there anything you want to look for out there?" And I was like, "The cheapest comics I could find." So yeah, I love it. It's a
So
great
for the
idea.
people who are out there who don't know what dollar books are, so comic book stores, like generally they'll have like long boxes full of comics that they can't sell for full price. They're not like really worth anything, or they're like they have too many of them. So they'll price them for sometimes not $1, sometimes it's like $2, sometimes it's like $3. But the sweet spot, if you can call it a sweet spot, is $1. It's
A
$1.
dollar. Yeah, anything's worth a dollar. Any comic is worth a dollar.
So I issued Joe a challenge to spend $5 to get $5 books,
And I did it. And then you did it.
and then I did it. Yes,
And now we're gonna go over it. Let's
yes.
see who wins. I went with my daughter. I took her today, and I said, "Yeah, pick out a couple books. You can get stuff too." And she did not go right to the dollar bins. She went right to the new wall and the trade paperback wall. And she was insistent that I show you what she picked out because she thinks she's going to beat both of us. She picked out Jeff #1,
Okay.
which is totally fun. All these different superheroes, like all these superheroes you see on the cover, are take place in like a bunch of Jeff short stories. It seemed very cute, but I haven't read it yet. And then she got this trade of Spider Ghost. It's the second in the series.
Oh,
It looks
starting
a
off
little
volume two.
heavy. Too. Yeah, right to volume 2. She's like, I don't need the origin story. I know Spider Ghost. But yeah, this looks good too. And I'm, oh God. Uh, I was all for supporting whatever she wanted to get because comics are great.
I do not support her going to straight to volume two. Like I love that she loves Ghost Spider, but like I can't. I would not be able to read it.
Really? We've talked about this before, Phil. The comics tell you what's going on. It doesn't matter.
Sometimes they don't.
I
Sometimes
mean, I'm
it's
trying.
like, oh, stuff happened.
I mean, currently you are reading through the Uncanny X-Men Claremont era.
I am, yes.
You didn't go back to issue 1 of the X-Men.
I started with giant size X-Men.
That is a really good jumping on point. I mean, of all the jumping on points in comics, that's kind of a key one. It's maybe bigger than X-Men #1.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do this? How do you want to present?
So do we want to do one each? Like I'll do one, then you do one, then we'll go back and forth.
Ooh. Do you have them in order of greatness?
No, I have them in order of like what I picked out.
Oh, that's good too.
Well,
Okay.
except for the last two, I swapped the last two because that is in greatness order, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you want to end strong, right? So I'm excited about the Fantastic Four movie. And whenever I go into a comic book store, I always go to the F section first because I love the Fantastic Four. I had never gotten any of this Fraction Alred
Oh,
series where the team consists of Medusa, She-Hulk, Ant-Man, Scott Lang, and
it's the Thing, but not the Thing.
it's Lady Thing.
But it's not. She's not even like the Thing. She's wearing a Thing suit.
Is that what it is? Her name is
I think
Darla
it is.
Deering, Miss Thing. Ooh. What you doing, Miss Thing? Anyway. Like, I don't know what's going on in here. It's issue 3, but I'm still going to check. I'm still going to read it this weekend. And I bet you by the end of the issue, I bet I don't know what's going on. But it doesn't matter because Alred's art is just the best. Like, just so clean and pretty. Oh, these aren't. Oh, look at that. That's so good. Anyway, very excited about that. So that's my first one. This is from 2012. So I wanted to say it was more modern, but
Yeah.
This is
None of my books are modern.
None. All
None
of
of
yours are pre-war. What? How many?
World War One.
This might be. Oh, I have a few that are from this millennia, but the rest are dirty '80s books, or maybe earlier. We'll find out. Go on.
Okay, so my first issue is Punisher War Journal
For a buck.
for a buck.
That's a
So
Jim Lee. Okay, that's gold. Like that's a wall book from when we were kids. You know.
I mean, so like this particular issue, the reason I picked up this one is because I actually had the two preceding this.
Price Phil. And you're
Like,
like,
I bought those two issues for $1 also. And so Punisher goes on vacation. He's in Hawaii. He's not on vacation though. He's on a mission. I bought the first two. Like, this was 19. I bought, I guess, like 17 and 18, thinking that it was the whole run. And I was like
oh,
reading. I was reading. I was like, wait, to be continued.
oh no. How long was the gap between buying those two and this one?
It's probably been a few months. Like,
Okay,
it's
so it's not
I probably
like
bought it in
years.
2024 at the end of 2024. So like, I'm looking forward to seeing if this is the end.
That's epic. I love that. I love that. I would love it even more if this 3-issue story arc of Punisher on vacation was the first 2 issues was him like on the beach or going to, buy knickknacks or antiquing. And then, one of the antiquers he recognizes as a drug cartel runner. And he's like, I got to kill this guy.
So
Punisher style.
I will say, like, when I was looking through these dollar books, I was looking for a specific issue of Punisher
And it is.
that I have a part 2 of, but not a part 1.
Oh,
And it is the issue where the Punisher turns black.
dude, no one wants to talk about that or read it or celebrate it or pay money to another person in exchange for it.
If it was $1,
I mean, I would want to read it, but I wouldn't want to pay for it. All right, my second book. It's Avengers number 162. It was the oldest one they had in the dollar bin, and I like it. I like it old. And it was an Ultron issue. And honestly, I hadn't read a bunch of Ultron stuff. Even when the movie came out, I was like, I don't know. So I was excited to, get an older look. And it's got Lady Ultron too, right? I don't even know.
Jocasta.
Is that Jocasta?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm into it. And it's got the great Hostess comic on the back. Always a classic.
Is that the first appearance of Jocasta? Because like I noticed it's Wasp like shackled next to Jocasta.
Right.
I think like the origin of Jocasta is that like I think Ultron used like the Wasp's brainwaves to
Is that right?
make Jocasta.
That might be them just telling the story of it.
Okay.
Filling people in. What's that? First appearance of Jocasta?
Yeah.
And Marvel. Let's see. We can find that real quick. Avengers number 162. I got it, Phil. I got the first appearance of Jocasta. And she's going to be in Vision Quest, right?
She's going to be in Vision Quest, yeah.
Bro, this is the book. This is it. I'm gold. I'm gonna retire on the first appearance of Jocasta book. But speaking of gold, I did look up what these are worth. F number 3 from 2013.
Relatively recent, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Mint condition, 0 sales on eBay. Near mint condition, very fine near mint. 2 sold in the past year for $165. Now this book is beat. Even if I go all the way down to like a 4.0, it's probably lower than that. 4.0, still $16. This is
pretty good.
When I die, someone's going to throw this away and not know. What's your second book?
By the way, I want to point out that I pulled that from a single panel that I saw you're flipping through.
Well, that's the thing. I was flipping through and I knew that Lady Vision was going to be in Vision Quest. Yeah. And when I was flipping through, I was like, oh, is that Lady Vision? I didn't think it was going to be her first appearance, though. And I didn't know her name.
I knew all of that. I didn't know it was her first appearance, but I thought it was going to be in that one panel.
Bro, it could be her only appearance for all I know.
She was in the Avengers for a little bit, I think.
Oh, okay.
But my second book, still in the Punisher section. So this is Punisher War Journal number 2. Also Jim Lee. guest starring Daredevil.
I love Daredevil. It looks like, I know it's a poster on a wall, but it also looks like he's just giant and standing behind him. Hello. If you cut off like
Actual Daredevil's over here.
Oh. Okay, all right. That clears everything up. Why is Punisher taking off his shirt to reveal that he's the Punisher? Like
You can't go into battle wearing like a white button-down shirt, can you?
yeah, I guess so. It's like they won't be afraid of just a normal guy. I gotta show them my business. I gotta show my business. Is that the Punisher war cry? That's a good one.
More Jim Lee art. So they had a bunch of Punisher war journals with Jim Lee art that I could have gotten. I got this because it's number 2. They didn't have number 1. But they did have one that is guest starring Spider-Man. So I guess like when Punisher War Journal first started out, they had a lot of guest stars.
They got to sell that book, man.
Yeah. But
Spider-Man, Wolverine. I'm sure Wolverine was in the first couple issues too, right?
he does fight Wolverine at one point. There's that famous cover where they're in like the jungle and like Wolverine's got like this, I want to say like leopard print like scarf on, and he's like slashing it. It's not a scarf.
It was a stylish winter.
He's got tied around his neck, I think.
It's like a safari scarf, like keeping the bugs off. Okay, I love it. That's a really good find. Jim Lee, man, all that Jim Lee gold. I love it. I found the Jonathan Hickman, Steve Epting, Fantastic Four, or nice. FF1.
Nice.
But so issue 1. I think I had everything after this for like 20 issues. So I was very excited to find this.
Find out how it started.
Unbelievable. I was like, who are these people? I love Hickman's stuff, and Epting's art is so good. It's a little too good. Like, it's a little too polished. I don't know. It's like, oh, I could never do that as an artist. So it just makes me mad at him a little bit. But anyway, it's so good.
Nice.
Anyway, so I'm like, that's what I promise. It's my last FF book this time, but that is the first place I go.
So my next book, my third book, I've never read this book, but I was aware of it. Do you know Nexus?
It looks familiar. I feel like he was like, who am I thinking of? There was like Marvel, DC, Image, and then there were these like Grendel and Nexus.
Yeah, so like this was published by First Comics. I don't know if you can see that. But like I feel like I've always seen this character, like the ads and like previews and whatnot.
Sure.
I've never really read the book, but like, check out the artist.
Say, oh,
Adam Hughes.
How did they get him? What year is this from?
It's probably the signature is 88.
Okay, so he was just still a new guy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious to like break this open and see what it looks like. Because I think the earliest Adam Hughes artwork I have, or the book that is, I don't have any of his artwork, is I think the first issue of Justice League he worked on.
Okay. Yeah, that whole run he did.
It's like 34 or something like that, but
I would have thought that was in the 80s, but it was probably really early 90s, right?
It might be like late 80s.
Okay. That was like Guy Gardner and Blue Beetle. Is that right?
Iron Ice.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter, I think, is in the book as well.
It's a real B team situation.
For a while, both Justice League and Avengers were B team situations.
I mean, you can have Batman in every book, and then Marvel's like, hold my beer. Here's Wolverine. Here's Wolverine holding your beer. Are you sitting down?
I am currently sitting down.
Here comes number 4. A book I'm sure I own, but I couldn't not get it again. I swear, this was in the first box I looked in. It was like a random box full, like not even alphabetical, and I was like, boom, this is gonna be fun. And I got one right off the bat. It's the Avengers reboot by Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
I don't remember hating this, to be honest. I mean, people love to hate stuff, but does this have the Captain America image in it, actually?
No, because that's Captain America #1. Actually,
okay.
I don't actually even think that image is in Captain America, because I think it was like a promotional image.
Was that right?
So we're talking about the the Captain America image where he's like barrel chested to
Yeah, or
like
he's just like, oh, it's
yeah,
me.
it's all chest.
Yeah.
Like as wide as his shoulders are, his chest is out. Like that's how much chest he has.
I I mean, I know people frag on this, but it's fine. And oh, I don't even think he does the whole thing. Oh geez, come on. Oh, it's a long book. So Rob does the story and the pencils for pages 20 to 41. And you
Ooh,
got
40 pages.
Jim Valentino had to write the script, and he got Chap Yep to do the pencils for 1 to 19. He looks like one of LaField's boys. You know what? I love the Avengers. I love this era. So it's it's just for fun. I don't even know who this guy is. Who's this guy?
I think
The
that's the
Black Knight.
swordsman.
It's a swordsman. Okay.
Yeah. So I actually did see that book in the dollar bins that I was looking through.
Did you see them all?
I did not see them all. I saw like I saw some Iron Man from that. Heroes Were Born. I saw Avengers. So yeah, I did not get that. But so I'm gonna flip the next two books. This is the book that I actually got last, which is my fourth book. I'll say, and it is X-Men
X-Men.
versus Avengers. Now,
We were just talking about this one, right?
yeah. So backstory about this book, why I bought this book in particular, and this was actually like, so I want to say I had picked out 5 books at this point, and we talked about picking out 5. So when I saw this, I put one of my books back.
You're like, oh, Fantastic Four #1 or X-Men versus.
It was actually a Fantastic Four issue that I put back. I think it was the issue where She-Hulk joins the team.
That's amazing. That's so. Oh, it's the one where she's on the cover, like, boom.
Well, it's you see her from behind, I think, like, and it's
Sure,
like
sure.
you remember the team, blah blah blah. But the reason I bought this book instead is because a few weeks ago I was at like an arts fair or whatever, and they had a bin full of dollar books, and I was flipping through them just to see like what I wouldn't like if I wanted to get anything, and I saw X-Men versus Avengers 2 and 4. Like I was like, oh, if they had 1 through 4, I would have gotten all of them. So I put them back, and then we were talking about it a little bit later, and like you were saying like, oh, Mark Silvestri did the art. I was like, oh, if I had known Mark Silvestri did the art, I would have picked those 2 books up. Then a week later, I went to a different like flea market and flipping through the books, and I see X-Men versus Avengers 2 and 4 again, and I realized I'm flipping through the same books that I flipped through the previous week.
Completely different location because there were different shows.
Yeah.
Oh, that. It's the worst deja vu. You're like, I'm looking at the same crappy books in the same order. Is this my hell?
Is this Groundhog Day?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's the worst.
So I ended up picking up both of those books, issues 2 and 4, for $1 each, and then I was like, well, I'll never read these books because I don't have 1 and 3, but now I have 1.
Hey, so you can get halfway through this, and you can guess.
Halfway
You're like,
through.
I get the idea. I know what happened. That's awesome, man. I love that story, and I can't wait if we do one of these again for you to come back with the third one.
I hope so. I hope to God I find that 3rd issue.
So when we were kids, this was a forever wall book. I feel like it was. And to us, wall book, or to me, I don't want to speak for everybody, but to me, a wall book was 10 or above. Like, it was up on the wall, cost $10. I'm never going to own that. So when I saw this, I was like, holy hell. And I'm sure there were a bunch of better stuff, but when I saw this, I was like, okay, true gold for me. It's West Coast Avengers #1.
Oh, wow.
Now, I did look this up online, too, to see what it was worth. And West Coast Avengers, there was a limited series beforehand, which had the white cover with Hawkeye and all the heads around. That's the limited series. And that came out in 84. And that one will go for like $76 or $50, like fine near mint, which is great. Good for those assholes. But me, I got this one. This one came out in 85, a couple of years later. At near mint, fine near mint, it's at $48. But
Still pretty good.
It's still pretty good. I mean, the thing is, there are no sales of it at like a 5.0, which I haven't taken this out of the bag and board, but there could be a hole in the back. I don't know. But just to see it, I was like, holy cow, look at that. So I was happy to snatch it and add it to the list because this is one of those books I never had as a kid.
Yeah,
There it is.
cool. Nice. So for my last book, which is actually the fourth book, when I was flipping through these dollar bins, I don't know whose collection they bought, but it was a lot of X Factor, like a lot of X Factor.
You got
X Factor is
got 3 long boxes of X Factor.
X Factor is the original 5 X-Men as a different team. So I was flipping through them, and I was like, "Oh,
No,
what is this book?
Is that the annual? Or no, it's just number 5.
This is issue number 5, which is I don't know if you know this, but technically the first appearance of Apocalypse.
That's bonkers, and you just bought that for $1.
For $1, it is all beat up. So there's like water stain here.
Dude, you're not messing around. That's a true find. What is that book worth?
There's a little bit of marker or like ballpoint pen, I think, like around here.
Someone drew a penis on the beast, but whatever. It's still X Factor number 5. X Factor number 5 value, cover price 75 cents. This is crazy. At Mint, it's only a 12 sold. Okay, so it sells a lot more than the ones I was getting. In the past year, 12 was sold at $86. Now, if someone drew balls on the beast, that puts it at like a $16 still. But man, oh man, that's a find. That's so cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
So I had to pick it up because first appearance.
Did you recognize it from the cover right away? You're like, bam,
right away. Yeah,
right away.
So like the number 6 is the first full appearance of Apocalypse, and he's actually on the cover of it.
You get the full body.
Well, it's like he's real big in the center, like with his mouth open, I think, and like all the X Factor members are like flying in towards him, I think. I did not find that because I'm sure that is a wall book. Like that is like, oh, that is Apocalypse on the cover. Like Apocalypse is in this book. Whereas this book, like, who are these jokers? Like who are...
They're like not even the Marauders. They're like we know the Marauders, but we're nobody. Yeah, who are they? It says right at the top, the Alliance of Evil.
Yeah, but like
Phil, that's the AOE. For all vowels unite. That's the AOE.
So bro, those are my books.
I think we don't even need to debate it. I think you win just based on that alone.
I don't know. First appearance of Jocasta, I think that's pretty good too.
An accidental first Jocasta appearance? Can you believe it? That is kind of fun, but
so I will say, like, I got to talking to the guy who's working there, and he told me, well, first of all, let me back up. The place is called Newcomb Comics. It's in, I want to say, Lambertville, New Jersey.
I went to Main Street Comics in Milltown.
Before that, I went to their sister store called Phantom Comics in New Hope, Pennsylvania, and they did not have dollar bit. Like they had 2 short boxes full of dollar books. And there was some stuff in there, like there was a couple early Magnus robot fighters in there.
That's fun.
Picked up.
Wait, or are you missing them?
I don't have any of the early Magnus robot fighters.
You don't. That's right. You were a solar guy.
I was a solar guy. Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
But like, I was like, okay, their other store is like a 10-minute drive in New Jersey, and I don't have to pay a toll in that direction, so I might as well go there anyway. And I get there. And like, it's a relatively, I would say like a medium-sized store. It's not huge, it's not, but like the entire middle section is filled with dollar books.
Really?
There's probably like 30-ish long boxes full of dollar books.
And there's some good stuff in there, obviously.
Yeah. That
sounds great.
But the guy working there, I wish I remembered his name. Sorry, guy. We were talking for a little bit, and
did he tell you his name like 4 times in the conversation?
He did tell me his name at least once.
Okay.
But anyway, he said that 4th of July weekend, they're doing a 50-cent sale.
God, they're gonna see us there, digging through those boxes, bro. We're meeting there. We're doing it. Yes. 4th of July weekend?
Sure.
A whole weekend, right? We could think
Us all
July
weekend
2nd.
there? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying how long does the sale go on? July 2nd, July 3rd, July 4th. Wait, what day of the week does it fall on?
I think July 4th is the Friday.
So
So it's
maybe
probably
so
Friday, Saturday,
4th, 5th, and 6th. Sounds great.
Anyway, do you have any other closing thoughts on this dollar book find?
I love doing it. It was so fun, and it honestly was fun going with my kids to a comic book store too and letting them pick something out. I did feel pressure to get out of faster because they were with me, even though I love them very much. I don't want them to be bored, but I did like it. What about you? Any closing thoughts?
I just remembered because I have it right here. As we mentioned earlier, that I am rereading or actually reading for the first time the entire Claremont run.
And what era are you in?
I'm in it's right before Mutant Massacre.
Okay.
So it's
Fun
like
stuff.
209 is the last issue that I've read. And I've been getting the books through Hoopla, the Marvel Masterworks series, and I've gotten to the point where they stopped, like they're not on the Hoopla anymore. So I've been making a list of all the books I can get digitally through Hoopla and like the issue numbers and like what issues I'm missing. And then what issues I can get physically actually at the library, so I actually have to go to a library and like take out a book.
Ew.
But even so, I'm still missing some issues.
What are you missing?
Well,
Like
I mean,
how many?
there's a bunch here and there, but like, I
It's
did
just
know that
it's an era of the X-Men where Marvel Masterworks is like, we'll jump ahead 30 issues. Like none of this is worth
no, they
reprinting.
exist. They just don't exist on Hoopla.
Okay.
At least not my library's Hoopla. So I was looking before I started looking through the dollar bins, I looked through the half price trades, and I found this, which
Ooh.
actually does contain some of the issues that I will be missing. I can't read this one yet because I haven't read the issues from
Is
where
that
I
one?
stopped 209 to 213.
Is that one of those thick ones that's all in black and white?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are good issues though, man. They hold up even without color.
So I am excited to read that in about a month when I finish reading The Mutant Massacre.
Before we go, and you can cut this out if you want. While we were out today, I also found this.
Oh.
It's the Thing themed Snapple. We saw all of them except the Human Torch. But this is the only one I would have bought it anyway. But you've seen them all, right?
Well, I mean, now I've seen them all because I sent you the picture. Like I was out at a supermarket and they had a 4-tiered display, and it was, I think it was Johnny Storm, Sue Storm, Blind Snapple, and then Mr. Fantastic.
I love the Fantastic Four, but how come there's not a Herbie one? How come there's not a bottle shaped like Herbie at least?
I mean, you gotta go to the theater for that.
And pay $80 for it. Anyway, I want to open this real quick, and it's going to tell the future. All right. If it's a positive Snapple fact, then the movie will be good. If it's a negative one, then the movie will be bad. Now we get to determine what's good or positive or negative, but let me read it here. Oh no, my old eyes. This poor lighting. Jack, come over here, please. Come, father needs you. Maisie, come. Come. Will you, without getting on camera and showing your beautiful face, will you read this out loud? Because my old eyes. Yeah, the lighting's in here. It's bad, right?
The Empire State Building has 73 elevators.
Oh, I feel like that's more of a neutral fact.
Here's how we break it. Is 73 divisible by 4?
No, I don't think
You heard it here. The fantastic. Thank you, my dear. Yeah, you can have a sip. You heard it here. The Fantastic Four movie will be trash, says Snapple. What the hell, Snapple? I guess I could have held it up like this. That would have. Nope.
You can't read
Just
that.
wet cap. Snapple be damned. I think it'll still be good.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of our polls from the dollar bins? Who got the better collection for $5? Let us know in the comments below. If you would like to see more of this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys next time.